You have a goal. We have a plan. Bodybuilding.com All Access has over 50 training plans to help you reach your goal.
So I'm going to take you through the chest workout.
If you're ready to lose weight,
bring that intensity, come on!
Build muscle,
you can be stronger,
train at the gym.
It is day 23.
Or work out from home.
All you need is a set of dumbbells.
Get healthy, delicious recipes.
It's a great snack because it's great for energy.
And step-by-step video instruction.
I will literally tell you what days to work out and what days to rest.
Bodybuilding.com All Access has your perfect plan.
The only thing that you need to do is commit.
Get 7 days free today.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome. We are back with another episode of Brain.Gainz. My name is Tyler McGlasson. This is my colleague Alec Heersink, and I think we got a good one for you today. As the title implies, we are talking about essential amino acids and how they're the same, how they're different as branched-chain amino acids, but we'll get there in a little bit. To start off, we wanted to try something a little bit different today. So we talk about science here, we talk about supplements, we talk about nutrition, and we do the best that we can to make sure everything is correct and factual. But we want you to be checking us as well. So we want you to spot us. So Spot Me Bro is the name of the new segment here. So if you hear anything that we say today that you feel is incorrect or feel needs to be questioned, make sure you send us an email. We have the email up right in front of us, Brain.Gainz@Bodybuilding.com. So make sure you hit us up with any questions or mistakes you see there. So
fact check,
spotting me, please. But anyway, we're going to start off with a little bit of news. It's been a fun and exciting month since the last time that we saw you. So Alec, do you want to start us off with something that's kind of happened that's cool since the last time we were here?
Yeah, so so Tyler's going to take more of a scientific approach to what he's doing. I kind of look more the interesting stories from like either weightlifting, fitness, and all that jazz. So, and this one, this story that I found, it's a plethora of plus-size female athletes that are kind of crushing fitness feats or kind of defeating myths within the industry. Like, for instance, there was a woman who mastered pole dancing, for one. That's a lot harder than people will give you.
Weightlifter.
But no, I'm gonna get to it. No, between weightlifting or fitness in general.
Okay.
So this would be kind of the broad umbrella of what fitness actually is.
Got it.
Climbing Mount Kilimanjaro.
Tight.
So another triathlete, and there's a body positivity trainer and a yogi on there. So we should have a link up there soon with this one, but the point of this is that this article that I found, it's not all size fits all, right? So,
right.
So in terms of this, where do I think I could climb Mount Kilimanjaro? Probably not. Maybe, but she did, and that's pretty awesome.
I mean, so that's an entirely different type of fitness than we're used to, right? We're used to lifting heavy and getting swole and stuff, and even the swollest dude would probably have a really tough time getting up to the top just because of oxygen deprivation and endurance and stuff. That'd be wild. But yeah, fitness is many things. Again, also guys, if you have questions, please make sure to hit us up in the comments as well. We'd love to answer comments live. I'm seeing a couple roll in already, and we'll get to those in just a little bit. So anyway, I'm moving on to my first article, and we heard about this in the news, and kind of our whole team saw it and got really excited about it. I got the whole paper here. If you guys want the paper, we're gonna have a link up in chat very soon as well. But I'm sure a lot of you have experienced broken bones. Right, you've hurt your arm, you hurt your leg, you hurt something, or your fingers, during training, and it makes it really hard to continue in the gym. And so you want to be able to continue working out, but it's tough. You can't do bench press with one arm, you can't do squats with one leg. It's tough. And so researchers at the College of Kinesiology at the University of Saskatchewan in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada, big ups to Saskatchewan, did a study that they call the unilateral strength training leads to muscle-specific sparing effects during opposite homologous limb immobilization.
Say it 5 times
So
fast.
that is a lot of huge words for, they trained one side, their healthy side, while their other side was immobilized. And they wanted to see what would happen. And so I'm actually gonna read the abstract here just so you guys get kind of a full picture of what was going on. So let's see here. So cross-education occurs after unilateral training whereby performance of the untrained contralateral limb is enhanced. A few studies have shown that cross-education can preserve or spare strength and size in the opposite immobilized limb, but the specificity of training of these effects is unknown. The purpose was to investigate specificity of cross-training, sparing effects with immobilization. The non-dominant forearm of 16 participants was immobilized in a cast. Okay. And participants were randomly assigned to either resistance train with their good hand or a control group which did not do resistance training for 4 weeks. Pre and post testing involved wrist flexors, extensors, eccentric, concentric, and isometric maximum voluntary contractions, and forearm muscle cross-sectional area. So not only were they testing size, or not only were they testing strength, they were also testing size. Let's see. Only the training group showed strength preservation across all contractions with wrist flexors in the immobilized limb versus the control. Let's see, immobilized arm muscle cross-section area was preserved in the training group. Muscle thickness differed between groups for the immobilized and non-immobilized wrist flexors. Strength preservation was non-specific to contraction type, yet specific the trained flexor muscles. These findings suggest that eccentric training of non-immobilized limb can preserve the size of immobilized contralateral homologous muscle and strength across multiple contraction types. What does that mean? Those were a lot of words. What that means is, if you have a broken arm, my left arm's broken, I can't work with it. If you continue to work your right arm, for some reason, whether it's the hormone release that's happening, whether it's the increased blood flow, they found that working your good arm can actually help preserve the muscle and strength in your bad arm, which I think is super, super cool. So cool implications for injury there, and I hope that if you're interested in diving in, we have the link in chat if you want to learn more about that. Also, if you have more questions, shoot us up at Brain.Gainz at Bodybuilding.com.
In other words, if you don't use it, you will still be able to use it.
Hey, wow, nice one.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. We got a couple questions here in chat. YouTube is asking, what's the best time to take BCAAs? Anytime. There's not a bad time to take BCAAs, is there? No. Will BCAAs help burn fat at a faster rate? Not generally.
No,
they're not really for fat burning. I mean, they can kind of help you increase muscle, and muscle technically has a better RMR than fat does, but I wouldn't call BCAAs a fat burner. If my workouts last 2 hours, do I need to take BCAAs? If you want, sure. They can be an energy source.
Or even just for hydration.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Make sure you stay hydrated. At 2-hour workouts, hydration is a big deal, so make sure you're drinking your water. Which is better, 1-to-1-to-1 or 2-to-1-to-1 for BCAAs? So that's a reference to the leucine to isoleucine to valine ratio. Our bodies really like the 2-to-1-to-1. I think that's kind of considered the standard. There's no real wrong way, but we know leucine is probably the biggest player in that. So make sure you're getting plenty of leucine. All right. Next news story.
All right, so back to the pick things up and put them down news. So recently at the IPF World Classic Powerlifting Championships, Mr. Luke Richardson, he's a 20-year-old man in the juniors 120 kilograms and up class, so he's a big fella. He broke the deadlifting record by 30 plus pounds.
Whoa!
Yeah. On his second attempt, actually. So he pulled 370 kilograms, or roughly 814 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
And he tried for 832, from memory serves, but a balance issue, he didn't finish the lift. But he still broke the previous world record in that federation by 30 plus pounds.
Okay, so answer a question for me. So we recently had the Arnold a couple months back, and we saw the Mountain himself pull over a grand. Right. So what record did this guy just break that's different from that?
So it's Hafthor Bjornsson, he competes in strongman. So that's world's strongest man. It's a different division.
Oh,
different lifting.
Group.
Different lifting. Like this is strictly just powerlifting.
Okay.
So this is
official.
This would be like squat, bench, deadlift.
Oh, okay.
So in this one, in his dead, he pulled a lot of weight off the ground.
That is significantly more than me. So I can't complain either way.
He's 20.
Disgusting.
He's 20.
Oh my gosh, 20 years old.
So that's cool.
All right. Wow. That's crazy.
In case you're curious.
Yeah. A couple more questions. Which brand of BCAAs is best? Whichever taste is a big factor, whichever one you like the taste of. Obviously, we're looking for optimal leucine content. But BCAAs are pretty much BCAAs.
Yeah, down to the nitty gritty.
And then benefit of BCAAs, we're actually going to talk about that in just a minute. So, Mr. YouTube question, benefits of BCAAs, question mark, we will get to you. And then last one for now, we're going to move on into the next thing. I am Leopard. If you were to buy one of the BCAAs in bulk, which would be useful, i.e. L-glutamine, etc.? So the BCAAs are limited to only 3. There's leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Generally, we want to go with leucine is considered the best. But there is no situation where only taking one amino acid is highly beneficial, right? We need all of them. And again, we're going to talk about this in just a moment. So these are great questions, and we're going to get to a lot of them when we get into like the
The nitty-gritty
talk.
content, yep.
Yeah, so, all right, I got one more. This one is kind of fun. It applies to one of our big product categories, so I felt like people would be interested in learning. It's a little bit off topic for today, but that's okay. So, from our friends at Camilo Jose Cela University at the Exercise Physiology Lab in Madrid, Spain. That was a horrible.
Spain, España.
Yeah, Spain. We have the effects of pisonephrine and caffeine ingestion on substrate oxidation during exercise. So, the abstract here, we're doing a little bit of a summary. The purpose, caffeine and synephrine are substances usually included in commercially available products for weight loss because of their purported thermogenic effects. We've seen this. We see it in a lot of our products.
No sweat,
However, yes, sweat.
Yes, sweat.
However, scientific information is lacking about the effects of combining these two substances on substrate oxidation during exercise. The purpose of this investigation was to determine the isolated and combined effects of pisonephrine and caffeine on fat oxidation during exercise. So what happens when you take one? What happens when you take the other? What happens when you take both? And how is that affected during exercise? So not when you're sitting still, but how does it affect how you use your energy sources during exercise? Methods. In a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled experiment, this is actually also a crossover with a 3 to 5 day washout. 13 healthy subjects participated in 4 experimental trials after the ingestion of a capsule, a mystery capsule containing either placebo, 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight of caffeine, the same dose of pisonephrine, or both of those combined, caffeine plus synephrine at 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. Energy expenditure and substrate oxidation rates were measured by indirect calorimetry during a cycle ergometer ramp test from 30 to 90% of VO2 max. Indirect calorimetry, if you've ever seen someone running on a treadmill with the tube in their mouth, it measures the amount of oxygen you take in and the amount of CO2 that comes out. And by the exchange of those gases, you can tell, are they using more carbohydrates for fuel, are they using more fats? In comparison to placebo, ingestion of caffeine, synephrine, or caffeine and synephrine did not alter total energy expenditure or heart rate during the exercise test. However, the ingestion of caffeine and pisonephrine increased the maximal rate of fat oxidation during exercise when compared to placebo. The exercise intensity that elicited maximum fat oxidation was similar in all trials, because we've learned this before, which was approximately 46.2 plus or minus 10% of their maximum VO2 output. So what's that mean? Caffeine, pisonephrine, and caffeine plus pisonephrine increase the maximal rate of fat oxidation during exercise compared to a placebo without modifying energy expenditure or heart rate. However, the co-ingestion of pisonephrine and caffeine did not present additive effects to further increase fat oxidation during exercise. Cool! So we learned because of these two ingredients, people were able to burn more fat than normal during exercise when they were at their optimal fat burning rate, right? So maybe this would be a good product to take while you're exercising, get a little bit of extra fat burning going in there. This doesn't look at rest, it doesn't really look at RMR, but kind of cool to know you can burn a little bit more fat than normal with caffeine. So that's kind of cool. There you go.
Summer shreds.
Dude, we got to get those shreds on. It's like super important. Like we're in the nitty gritty of it now.
I know, it's hot.
It's almost too late, which is kind of scary.
The window of opportunity.
Yeah, it's closing quick. All right, so we actually wanted to try another new segment today. We realized that there was something missing from this show. We wanted to add something kind of cool. And so we felt like there was a lack of information for consumers about what's new on our website. And so what we did is we went back over the last couple weeks and we wanted to share with you some of the products that are now available on Bodybuilding.com that were not available before. New products, new flavors, and stuff like that. We have links to every one of these products in the description below. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, all those links are below. You can get these products there. We're probably not going to list them in the comments because we're going to rapid fire these real quick. But they're there. Go check them out. They're all good. We have reviewed all these products, so we know they're good. We've been working with vendors to make sure we got you the best. So, Alec, you want to list off? Let's do it.
Yes. Who likes ice cream and protein?
I do.
So, BSN is working with Cold Stone, and they have 3 new flavors of protein
Cold
powder.
Stone Creamery.
Yep.
Cool, baby.
Yep. They, they're rocking a birthday cake-based one, and then they have a mint chocolate chip, and then what was then like a German chocolate-based one.
Yeah.
For those who prefer that, and then they're rocking those. On top of that, Redcon 1's Total War pre-workout is
This
on the
has been
site.
a big one. We've been trying to work with Redcon for quite some time to get this one on here. So yeah, Total War is now officially available on Bodybuilding.com. Very popular pre-workout. Redcon has been doing an outstanding job releasing great products over the last year, I believe. They're just pumping them out, and so we're really happy to be able to offer this pre-workout. It's solid. Coming up, we got number 3, 4, and 5. Big ones for us actually here at Bodybuilding.com. We have officially released the next phase of our protein lineup. So you're gonna see a Bodybuilding.com Signature Series Mass Gainer, Signature Series Casein, and a Signature Series Whey Isolate. So if you felt like the whey concentrate just wasn't enough, it wasn't hitting those niche needs, we got them for you. So you're trying to gain weight. Our Mass Gainer has what, 810 calories per serving? It's pretty good. It's not too much. You know, it's not like those big heavy ones, but it's not too little. It's gonna get you all those calories you need. We got the casein. It's good.
It's actually it's very solid.
It's really good.
So thankfully we get to be a part of a lot of the flavor panel testing and see how they start from the base formula and working their way up to the finished product. And
we've been testing it every step of the way, and it's great. And then we finally have the Whey Isolate, which is great for those who are looking to get a little bit of extra protein, a little bit less calories, and so that it's really cool that we can finally hit all those protein points. So I feel like we got all the major ones now, which is great.
And on top of that, our friends over at Cage Muscle released a new flavor of pre-caged.
Cage, baby.
Berry Blast. So those who like that powerful pump stim product.
Have you tried it yet?
That one? Not yet. But
Okay.
the other two I have. They're very solid.
Got it.
As well as they released their whey protein isolate. They're on that game now too.
Nice. I mean, more options is good, right?
Yep.
Cool. Dymatize, our friends at Dymatize from Texas have released a joint tech product, so I'm interested to see how that does. If you feel like the workouts have been weighing on your joints a little bit and you want a little bit of extra support for the cartilage or some of the exercise-induced pain there, Dymatize is giving us an answer there.
As well as a PES Science, or PE Science I should say, dropping True Recover. It's a new product kind of going after that realm. It's a different take on kind of the recovery aspect of what they're doing, but it's a very cool ingredient that they have in there is tart cherry. And most people don't know much about it, but tart cherry is a very solid recovery ingredient.
Absolutely, it helps with the DOMs big time. Gotta love it. And finally, we've been eating this one around the office for a while now. The Gronk Signature Protein Candy Bar from Muscle Tech. Holy cow, these things are super good. I don't know if you like Snickers bar or Milky Ways, but this is basically the protein version of those, and they're outstanding. So if you want to try a cool new protein bar, Muscle Tech, they've done us good, and everyone likes Gronk. So Rob Gronkowski, for those who don't know from Patriots. I guess the word Gronk doesn't mean anything if you don't know who Gronk is.
It just sounds like a caveman.
Yeah, well, there you go. Okay, so that's it for new products. I'm excited that we have new stuff to offer you, and we're going to keep doing this segment for sure. We want you guys to know what we have available. Not everything always gets onto the front page. Sometimes it sneaks in kind of stealthy, and so we want to make sure you know what's available to you. So, big time. Moving on.
Absolutely.
Main portion. The moment you've all been waiting for. Today we're talking about EAAs, aka essential amino acids versus branched chain amino acids. So we've been seeing a lot of products getting onboarded, joining not just Bodybuilding.com ecosystem, but kind of all around. EAAs are kind of the sexy thing right now.
All over the sports nutrition space.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about what they mean, what they're for, are they good? There's a lot of claims swirling around like these are better than BCAAs. They're stronger. They're just overall a higher quality product. So we wanted to address that for you because a lot of people have questions. We're taking a ton of questions here in chat already, and so we're going to get to you guys after we go through some of these right now, and hopefully we'll address some of those for you. So, essential amino acids, let's define it first. So an essential amino acid is called essential because your body can't make it. So a lot of the amino acids that we have in our body, your body can make it itself. They can create it from other substrates. But essential amino acids are not a part of our biochemistry. So we need to consume those as a part of our diet. If you have a balanced diet, usually you'll get plenty. But if you want to supplement, you're definitely welcome to. But which ones do they include? They include the branched chain amino acids, so they include leucine, isoleucine, valine, but they also include a couple more. So there's histidine, there's methionine, there's phenylalanine, there's threonine, there's tryptophan, and there's lysine. So a lot in there. There's 9 total that you need to get, and these are all really important for building muscle, for helping out with body processes. And so it's very cool that people now have access to this much higher variety of nutrition in a single product. So anyway, Tell me what you think about them. Tell me when you might use them, when you might not use them. Give me your thoughts.
So, kind of similar to the discussion with branched chains, you can use them pretty much anytime. But preferably, if you're going to do it, I would say post-workout for recovery aspect. That, or you can take them if you want to really up your hydration, or before you go to bed.
Okay.
It's a good supplement to take for those who want to go on their honeymoon and want to wake up the right way the next morning after a little drinky, maybe.
Okay, so let's address the question that I think a lot of people have asked. And why do you think people are saying these are better than amino acids? Or sorry, branched chain amino acids.
More is more. Branched chains are great, but that's kind of just hitting a solid, like a certain category within your muscles when you're absorbing them, versus, say, all of it. So, say if you're taking a BCAA product versus eating a slab of steak or something, right? Yes, you're going to have leucine, high leucine content within that piece of meat, but on top of that, you're going to have all these other essential amino acids in that. So it's just more is more.
That's right.
In this way.
Yeah, I like to think of it as like your body is a house. And if you're taking BCAAs, that's great. You've got your concrete foundation, you've got your wood frame, and you got your roof. Right, but there's a lot more to a house than that. You know, it's a good start. It's going to get you where you need to be. It's got a strong foundation. We're good. But maybe you need some carpet. Maybe you need some electrical. Maybe you need some plumbing. Maybe you need some of this. So there's a lot of pieces that go into building muscle, into helping your body build what it needs to create. And so essential amino acids are able to supply a lot more to your body. And so they may help you build muscle to a little bit greater degree, because while branched chain amino acids are supplying that leucine that we know is really important, EAAs also do that. They supply the leucine on top of all these other really important amino acids. So let's address some of the questions. What is the scientific relationship between EAAs and BCAAs? We just talked about that. BCAAs are a part of the EAA category, so they're the same but different.
It's like a circle is
like a square and a rectangle.
There we go.
There you go. So a square is a rectangle. Rectangle is not a square. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Can I take BCAAs without going to the gym? Sure. They don't have a really big caloric impact, so go for it. Sip on them all day if you want. They're delicious.
Again, brought up earlier, if you have issues getting water in or any sort of volume of liquids, you want to spice it up a little fruity taste or something like that. BCAAs.
I like it spicy. Yeah, it's good. In what way do BCAAs and EAAs help build muscle? Well, they are muscle. They get turned into muscle. They are the building blocks of creating muscle.
The Legos of muscle, really.
That's right. So if I work out and my muscles decide, okay, you've exercised and that was really challenging, so now I need to build up stronger than I was before. In order for them to do that, they have to have the tools necessary to get there. And that's what BCAAs and, in a greater sense, EAAs help you do. Does this mean that BCAAs are bad or they're useless? Absolutely not. No. They're just not quite as effective as something like an EAA.
Think of it as think of it for like a tool aspect. So with the screwdriver, right? So you have a Phillips head screw, right? You can theoretically just use a Phillips screwdriver, or you can also use a flathead if you need to be. So
that's
it's just a different.
Yeah, that's a good description.
So
like
it's just a different tool to have in your box.
All right, there you go. BCAAs on Twitch. First of all, great name, BCAAs. Love it. If caffeine helps you work harder, then can you work closer to your VO2 max? But I don't think I've ever seen data on caffeine increasing your VO2 max, because I don't believe that caffeine works on your oxygen delivery system. Does it help you work closer to your VO2 max? I mean, it would give you more energy, maybe some cognitive motivation to get there. To be honest, I don't know the answer to that. If we've got anyone on stream who's got an answer to the VO2 caffeine question, hit us up, Brain.Gainz at Bodybuilding.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks, BCAAs.
Thanks, BCAAs. Great question, dude. I appreciate that. Okay, question for the show. Do you guys have thoughts on these protein ice creams that are out on the market? Blackstone Labs has ones that contains 40 grams of protein per pint. Love that they're able to actually deliver high protein in dessert. Tell me what you think.
If your caloric needs require you to have maybe lower carbohydrates and fat in your diet, and you want a protein ice cream that can kind of help you with that, go for it.
Yeah.
You could do that. You could have regular ice cream and a protein shake on the side. It's all up to you. You know, your preference is yours. I think that's great. It's a corner on a market that definitely needs it. Functional foods is huge. And most people aren't tapping into it as much as they should. Most people think of like protein bars or protein cookies, but protein ice cream, if you can get into the supermarket stream, it's huge.
It's awesome, and I think that kind of fits into the discussion we had a couple months ago. The if it fits your macros. So just know what's in that ice cream that you're eating. Know how much protein. Know how much carbs. Know how much fat. And if it fits, awesome. And then that's what they've done. They've created an ice cream that allows it to fit into your macros in a different way than regular ice cream, right? So that's cool.
And it's cool in the sense because so with like Blackstone in general, they have less of a kind of showing on our side of things, but in the industry, they have a pretty hardcore market that if you can deliver that for them, it's great because you hear mostly like Halo Top. We've got a local ice cream shop in Boise that has protein ice creams that is delivering in grocery stores here. But yeah, seeing more competition within that category is pretty solid.
There you go. Are BCAAs a good budget supplement?
Yes.
Yep. Dunzo. Connie from Facebook, BCAAs, which is better, pills or powder? I think as long as you're getting the dose that you need, like 3 grams of leucine, then it's whatever you like. I like drinking them because BCAAs are pretty easy to flavor, so they're pretty tasty. And there's also the hydration aspect. Having BCAAs with 16 ounces of water is a great way to get an extra pint, so that's really great. So thank you, Connie. Mark from YouTube asks, is there ever too much of something? Yes. You can even have too much of water. You can have too much of a lot of things. It's kind of difficult to get there without being really uncomfortable.
Except for too much happiness.
Except for too much happiness. Oh, goodness. But, as long as you stay within reason, you're probably not going to go overboard on any of these amino acids because your body's really good at getting rid of them if it doesn't need them. So don't worry about that. Thank you, Mark. Mac. Frankwell from YouTube says, if a protein has BCAAs and you drink it before and after the workout, is it necessary to drink BCAAs? Frankwell, awesome question. I think if you're getting your protein budget for the day, the answer is probably you don't need it. But if maybe you're not able to get all the protein that you want to get. Maybe if you want some extra leucine. This also depends on the type of protein that you have. If you have a whey protein, the whey is pretty high in leucine. But maybe some of the other types of vegan proteins, pea protein, soy protein, or hemp protein, they might not have the leucine content that you're looking for. And so throwing some BCAAs on top of that might not be a bad idea.
Absolutely.
Because we know there is sort of a peak you're supposed to hit. There's an amount of leucine you want to get, and once you get there, your muscles really start working. But if it doesn't quite get there, it's not quite as effective. So that makes it helpful. We have another YouTube comment. Oh yeah, so thank you, Frankwell. That was a great question.
Frankly, a great question.
Frank, get out of here. Won't having tryptophan make you drowsy? So I feel like tryptophan does lead to neurotransmitters like serotonin, like dopamine, and so in theory, yes, plenty of tryptophan could lead to a more relaxed state. But I think this is a big reference to the Thanksgiving myth that turkey's high in tryptophan, and so it makes you sleepy. But I'm a really big proponent of you just ate like 5 pounds of food, like you're obviously going to be sleepy. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you're just getting tryptophan as a part of your essential amino acid drink, yeah, I think you're going to be just fine. You'll be fine.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Go for it.
And then let's see here. What doses should we be looking for, Tyler?
Ooh, I like that. So when you take a protein shake, I'm sure you all are very familiar with kind of the standard macros of protein shake, right? You get about 25 milligrams of protein. I was going to say caffeine. You get about 25 grams of protein.
There we go.
You get a couple grams of carbs. You get a couple grams of fat. It's pretty normal. So 25 grams of protein itself. That could be the same as 25 grams of amino acids. It's kind of the same deal. When we see EAAs, it doesn't have all the amino acids that a protein would have. It doesn't have all the fats, all the carbs. We see amino acid doses right around 10 grams, right? 10 or 12 grams.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty normal. And there's no right or wrong answer here. If you feel like you need a little bit more, then drink more. If you feel like you don't need as much, then scoop it a little less. Just make sure you're hitting the macros for the day. If you want to pump up a little bit of extra, go for it. Just stay within reason. Don't go crazy, but it's hard to go wrong if you're following serving sizes.
It's true.
And then with BCAAs, we see 5 grams a lot at the 2 to 1 to 1 or 3 to 1 to 1 ratio. We see it all the time. So 5 grams for the BCAAs is pretty normal. So thank you for that question. Let's see. Vegan pizza. I don't know if I could do vegan pizza.
No.
Vegan pizza from Twitch. Thoughts on taking BCAAs while intermittent fasting? I got no problem with that.
Yeah, as long as, the caloric value is very slim.
It's very small. So with intermittent fasting, the idea is that you only consume calories for 8 hours of the day and then the other 16 hours of the day.
Or sometimes they even do harder where it's like
you can
4
go
hours
4
versus 20.
Oh, that sounds awful. But If the question here is, can I take them during my feeding window, then absolutely. It's just like taking anything else. The question may also be, can I take them during my
I think it's the
not
fasting
feeding window?
So.
At the end of the day, I feel like something like intermittent fasting is really more about calorie control than it is about not eating for 20 hours a day. And so since BCAAs have a really low calorie impact, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And usually they don't come with any sugar in them. They're usually sweeteners or something like stevia. We don't see sugar in BCAAs or EAAs almost ever. So I mean, I think it's okay. The argument could be made that a sweetener causes an increase in insulin, but at the end of the day, there's no sugar for your body to do anything with, so I think it's okay. But again, if you feel like you have a different opinion, Brain.Gainz at Bodybuilding.com. Shoot us an email. I would love that. I would love for someone to email me at Brain.Gainz. Hit it up. Let's see. What about insulin spikes? We just talked about that. Do EAAs do it? Again, it comes down to the sweeteners. I don't think your insulin responds too much to amino acids, to proteins. It may a little bit.
Are you using like orange juice as your
right.
volume
What are you mixing
with
it with?
No, it's water.
But yes, good question. Lil Joel, love it. Lil Joel, would EAAs help sustain muscle on a cut? I'm gonna leave this one to you.
Well, I mean, it all depends on what nutritionally you're doing. Like we've discussed, it helps build muscle. Whether or not they're going to help retain all the muscle, probably not. Frankly, if you're in a cut, you're probably lower calories than usual because that's what's indicated in a cut. If you're not eating as much, you're going to lose a little bit of muscle anyway. You just might not lose as much.
Okay.
So
and actually, we just got a question. Is it normal to lose strength during a cut?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it all depends on when you train, how much food you eat before you train, after you train. I'm an early morning lifter, so I didn't really lose strength because I ate before anyway. But if you lift at the end of the day and you don't have as much food as usual, strength will probably go down.
All right, there you go. Watch out for them cuts. John on YouTube says, should I take a BCAA if I'm already taking essential amino acids? I don't think it's 100% necessary, but again, if you feel like, I like it when they give the breakdown of what amino acids are there, you know, how much leucine are we getting, how much iso, how much valine, all that. If you feel like you need more leucine, if you're not hitting kind of that standard, you can, but you are getting BCAAs as a part of your essential amino acids, right? It's the same. So go for it. You can, I mean, if you want to. I think they taste good. I'm gonna keep sipping on them, but you don't really need to, so that's fine. Thank you, John. I appreciate the question.
And then kind of something to bring up with this, because a lot of within the fitness industry, we go on these waves of, is this a trend that is going to stay around, or is it just something that there's more information behind it, so now it's actually going to stick? So I would say that I'm glad that EAAs are kind of popping up more, just because, again, it's an ingredient, or not just an ingredient, excuse me, it's a product kind of line that has a ton of benefit for people that just didn't think about.
So I mean, it's kind of like we were talking about counting your macros a couple months ago, and we had a good, better, best situation. And so BCAAs are good. They're really, they help get you the leucine that you need. They help kind of boost your muscle building, and they allow you to drink more water throughout the day with something tasty to sip on. So that's good. But you might not be getting all the amino acids that you need in order to build muscle. So maybe we get something a little bit better. Maybe we get them essential amino acids. So now we've got almost everything that your body needs in order to really kick that muscle building into gear. So that's better than good. But then we have best, right? If you really want to get as much muscle as you can out of a workout, you want to give your body all the protein that it needs, all of the amino acids, something with a full profile, and that would be something like a whey protein. Now, the other side of the coin with whey protein is the calories. It comes with the carbs, it comes with the fats, it comes with the creamers. 150 calories a serving, like
on the high end. Usually.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a whole spectrum. So it's just something to be aware of. But when it comes to muscle building, it is absolutely a good, better, best situation. So, good question, John. Let's see, Evelyn from YouTube. Do EAAs or BCAAs aid in filling you up while working on a long shift? This is actually a pretty good question. I think applies to a lot of people. How do I stay full or satiated during a long shift when all I can do is sip on something?
I would say, again, water definitely fills up some space in your stomach. If you're drinking more water, it's going to help you. I don't know necessarily about if it's going to help you feel full. That's going to be more of a nutritional question, whether or not, if you're eating enough fiber per day. Fiber's huge when it comes to making you full, your protein content's up. It's going to help from the aspect of maybe a little bit of appetite curbing, excuse me. And got another question from Derek on the YouTubes. Do you think Wolverine drinks BCAAs to help his recovery? I don't think he needs anything to help his recovery except for himself.
I mean, he's got those sweet mutations that just keep building and building.
Weapon X, he's good.
He's not telling you, but Wolverine is like all over his desk. We've got portraits and love letters and all sorts of good stuff. So these are important questions, so thank you.
If he was listening.
Yeah, Wolverine, if you're out there, BCAAs, hit us up with some answers. We'd love to talk to you. Brain.Gainz, Bodybuilding.com. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for us today. We do have a couple of deals going on right now on the website.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
So we talked about what's new on the website. Let's talk about what we already have and what we're giving you sweet deals on. So this week, we got a couple of BOGO 50s going on, AKA buy one, get one, 50% off. So we got proteins, AKA the Bodybuilding.com signature, the Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey, the Muscle Farm Combat Crunch Bars, BOGO 50. We got the BBCom Signature Pre-Workout, the Diametize Pre-Wo, the Optimum Pro Pre, BOGO 50. We got some post-workouts, the BBCom Signature Amino Plus, the BSN Amino X, the Cellucor Alpha Aminos, BOGO 50. Fat burners, we have the Caged Muscle L-Carnitine, the Cellucor Super HD, the EVL Liquid Carnitine, BOGO 50. And finally, the essentials, the BBCom Signature Multivitamin, the Optimum Nutrition Opti Men Multivitamin, and the GAT Men's Multi Plus Test.
And these are just examples
BOGO
of what's on there. There's many other products. It's just, you know, we don't want to say all of them.
That would be a long list.
That's a long list.
It's boring. Anyway, that was probably already boring. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. That's going to do it for us today. I think this was fun. Thank you. We got a ton of questions today, so thank you, everyone, for that.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
Tyler appreciate it more if he has an email.
I mean, Brain.Gainz at Bodybuilding.com. I'm going to keep saying it until we get that really going. I would love it. But thank you, everyone, for being a part of this today. We are on YouTube.com/bodybuilding.com. We are on Facebook.com/bodybuilding.com. We are also streaming on Twitch.tv. Is it Twitch.tv?
I think so.
Twitch.tv/bodybuilding.com. If you want to check us out, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if you have any more questions. Brain.Gainz, bodybuilding.com. And we would love to talk to you more. We will be back again probably next month with another wonderful episode of Brain.Gainz. Alec, thank you.
No, thank you.
This
Happy
was a lot of
Friday.
fun. Yeah, I would do Happy Friday. That's right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you next time. See you.
You have a goal. We have a plan. Bodybuilding.com All Access has over 50 training plans to help you reach your goal.
So I'm going to take you through the chest workout.
If you're ready to lose weight,
Bring that intensity. Come on.
build muscle,
You can be stronger.
train at the gym,
It is day 23.
or work out from home,
All you need is a set of dumbbells.
get healthy, delicious recipes
It's a great snack because it's great for energy.
and step-by-step video instruction.
I will literally tell you what days to work out and what days to rest.
Bodybuilding.com All Access has your perfect plan.
The only thing that you need to do is commit.
Get 7 days free today